cut my face. I look kind of like that guy, what's his name? Off of Top Boy. But let's be real here. A lot of you people are broke. I'm joking, you know, let's keep it a stack. Maybe not a stack, because a stack is 1,000. Nah, but for real now, jokes aside, times have been really hard for people with these rising interest rates and inflation. With what salaries people could normally live comfortably off of and have a great time isn't really the same anymore, and it just doesn't cut it. Now, I want all of my viewers to be out here ballin' and comfortable. Now, no one likes to be stressed about money, so let's talk about how your budget should be if you're making around $40,000 a year. Now, of course, this can apply to any salary, so just take that formula and apply it to you. Now, with $40K a year, you should be bringing around $2,600, $2,650 after taxes. I can't stand taxes. I feel like taxes have me like Timmy Turner's dad, Dinkelberg, Joe Biden. So if you've never heard of the 50-30-20 rule, let me explain it real quick. 50% goes to what you need, 30% goes to things that you want, and the other 20% goes to savings, which we all need, not want. So first, to implement this 50-30-20 rule, we have to understand what we are bringing in as income and how much we're shelling out as expenses. And unfortunately, I'm sorry guys, lemon pepper wings do not count as an expense. Expenses are typically things that you need, such as rent, car, utilities, and groceries. You can't get away with not having them. So now you'll want to take what you make, this could be your home pay, investments, or a side income, and subtract it from your needs, which would be rent, car, utilities, gas, groceries, and personal care. So if you make $2,600 a month and your expenses are around $1,400, then that means you have how much left to work with? Around $1,250. Now, I can't lie. This is where it gets real, people. This is when it's time to, you know what I'm saying? Hold the line like a Spartan, because this is pretty much where everyone messes up in their budget. So the first thing you'll want to do before you even start the month is you're going to want to write out your wants. This could be eating out. You know, for me, it's lemon pepper wings. This could be going to the movies, going on a date, you know, got to take that cute girl from the State Farm shop out, you know, you got to take her out, you know, so throw it in the budget, you know, can't be out here lacking looking like Squidward because you want to take the girl out. So write out all of your wants, people. It could be anything, you know, you want to go on a trip, write in your trip, whatever your wants are. Now here's when the discipline comes in. You need to know exactly how much you're spending on wants and actually stick to it. So when your friends are like, yeah bro, it's crazy out here, bro. It's crazy in these ATL streets, bro. You gotta get here. You gotta get here. Ooh, bro, that sounds lit. Ooh, you said there was wings too? Oh, man. Parking gonna run me like 40 though. Drinks, that's another 40. Ugh. And if I get the wings, that's like 15 right there. Bro, I don't even know if I can do it. Bruh. I said there was girls and wings, like, you lame, whatever. Nah, but essentially when things like this happen, you can look at your budget, see what you have in there, and pretty much adjust and spend accordingly. Now, this doesn't mean that you can't do fun things. It just means that when you do fun things, you've anticipated the possible cash loss beforehand, not on the spot or as it happened. And this keeps you on budget. So we've got about $1,400. We're trying to spend it on our wants, you know. Let's start with maybe eating out, you know, a little $400 to eat out. You know, I love me some ribs. I love me some Korean barbecue. $400 can definitely handle that within a month. So now we got what? About $1,000. So now let's think about things like your entertainment, your Netflix, your Hulu, your gym, and your activities with friends. Let's throw another $250 there. I think it's pretty reasonable considering food with friends qualifies as eating out, so that $250 doesn't even include that. And I mean, what are you eating? Like Korean barbecue and root Chris every week. So with that 250 to entertainment, we are now down to 750. Let's maybe allocate another $100 to, you know, miscellaneous things, you know, like if you want some new clothes, or you want, you know, possibly a new video game, or maybe you want to buy, you know, some new chairs or some portraits for your house or something. Because remember, at this point, we already have our groceries budgeted out, we already have all of our entertainment budgeted out, and eating out. So at this point, it's like, what else do you really need to do? And you got $100 for that. So now we have a remaining 650, which in my opinion should go to saving, which I normally do through investments and things like filling up my Roth IRA, or, you know, filling up my various stock market accounts, as I'm very against just leaving money in bank accounts. I think it's useless that way. But I do believe that you should have at least 3 months of rent that's just pretty much sitting in a bank account untouched, just in case there's a rainy day. You never know what's gonna happen, and C19 kind of showed us that. Many of you should also get into cash stuffing, which is essentially taking out exactly how much money you need for expenses and only using the cash. So I mean, if you allocate $60 per month, you know, to gas for your car, and it just so happens to run out, I'm sorry, but yeah, my boy, you biking. But honestly, knowing that your cash is gone for whatever reason you had it kind of prevents you from using your card, and when you can't just swipe your card endlessly, you end up saving a lot of money. Really, when it's gone, it's gone. And this keeps you on a strict budget. So it is possible to save $300 to $600 a month, even in this strict economy, while making $40,000 a year. So what, do you guys plan on using, you know, the 50-30-20 rule to maybe save some money, or maybe using cash stuffing to help regulate that? So if you enjoy this content, you know what I'm saying, throw me a like, throw me a subscribe, all that good stuff. We're on the road to 1K, and I can only get there with you guys. So you guys be blessed, have a great day, make sure to use a stop loss, and, you know, get your budgets together, because we all broke out here.